On this episode of The Bender Hour.
Sonny Phil dives, hits the ground, completely vaporizes into an ash pile on contact, and then the stupid guy wearing
the sun goes dark. That's very sick.
I really wish I was in charge of ruining Star Wars among other things.
It's like, what do you want? I'm currently practicing my religion. I need your help.
He's a camera cuts to him after he says that he's sitting on the toilet.
Quarter portions are part of my religion.
Without my weapons, looks like I'm a full-blown atheist now.
Well, you're alone, so you're kind of like Solo. A
Kinda.
Star Wars story.
Okay, so, Easter is coming up soon, and I have
Indeed.
to bring this up because I feel like there's something that pisses me off every year, but only now have I finally remembered to bring it up, and it's fucking chocolate rabbits. That has got to be, it's the most baffling industry I think I've ever seen. Nobody
An entire
eats them.
industry that centers around a single week of the year.
It's already nothing about it makes sense to me. Nobody fucking eats them. It's like one gigantic chocolate rabbit that's packaged almost like it's a toy. So it's in this weird clear plastic packaging. And I might have been gifted one of these things once in my life. I sure as hell never ate one. But I've never
Really?
seen...
Only once?
maybe
When I was
once.
a kid, I would get one every year, and I would eat it. It would take me a few days, but when you're a kid and you have a steady chocolate supply for a few days, that's just pretty nice. Especially once my mom switched over to getting the Reese's peanut butter ones. So it's basically just a huge ass Reese's peanut butter cup.
I guess that sounds
That shit
doable.
slapped.
Maybe it comes down to, I think one of the first ones I ever had just didn't really taste too good. And then just the thought that, they were getting bigger. Just really fucking turn those off for me. I just get mad when I look at them.
A lot of them are the shitty, chalky chocolate. But when you're a kid, you don't care about that type of shit. Now as an adult, I would get pissed if someone gave me that. But you're a dumbass little kid. It's just sweet chocolate. You don't care.
Except for that one. That shit was not too sweet. Just horrible mixture of...
Your parents got you the one dark chocolate Easter bunny just to fuck with you because they know that children don't like dark chocolate.
I have no idea if it was even from parents, grandparents. I was too young to remember.
You just found it on the fucking road and thought someone gave it to you.
I had gotten them before and I've never seen them eaten by anyone else. I've personally never eaten one. And I think just the amount of shelf space they take up per unit is just awful. Like I said, these things they're packaged in something you'd see a 6-inch high action figure box.
That thick plastic thing that it sits inside the cardboard.
Yeah, it's huge. Now, it'd be one thing if it was one of those chocolate rabbits that just wrapped in that kind of tinfoil material. But putting in a big box like that is such a fucking waste. I'm honestly surprised that there aren't Easter stores in the same way that there's Halloween ones that are seasonal stores.
Spirit Halloween, they pop up. What are you gonna buy from the fucking Easter store?
Just if these places feel confident enough to dedicate an entire shelf's worth to chocolate rabbits, I think it's an untapped industry.
Yeah, but the thing is, stores have seasonal aisles to begin with, so they just swap out the that aisle is dedicated for whatever is seasonal.
Now you got to think of it like this: is that seasonal Halloween stores? They smell awful, so you don't want to be in one. And you know what I'm talking about? That disgusting chemical rubber smell that every Halloween decoration has. Now you're entering a place that's 100% that. That smell's always bothered me.
What does that have to do with what I was just saying about fucking seasonal aisles at stores?
I'm just saying that I think the seasonal Easter route could be a lucrative business ordeal. I think it's untapped potential. You know, just make it like a chocolate thing. Like hell, just completely like pass over fucking Valentine's Day, like seasonal stores. Just go right for the Easter one. You know, it's still like a religious thing, so it might get some attention. People like their stupid chocolate, apparently enough to keep the chocolate rabbit industry afloat after all these years. As I guess that's about it, since I don't think there's any other items someone would buy for Easter. I don't know.
Peeps.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's the perfect fucking combo. Peeps and chocolate rabbits.
Does anyone actually like Peeps?
No. And I know for a fact, because today I was in Walgreens, and I walked past a family, and this is actually what got me on the whole chocolate rabbit thing in the begin with, because I just saw that massive shelf that went all the way to the fucking end of the aisle with nothing but chocolate rabbits, and on the left hand side was like a bunch of different colored Peeps, and I heard this like family walk by, and this little kid just said like ew, Peeps. And I was like, yeah. This thing, I've probably had Peeps like twice in my life. Just I don't know what the fuck it's made out of. It can't be good. I'd definitely rank it up there.
They're supposed to be marshmallows. If you can even stop to believe that.
I don't think I can. It's honestly on the same level as like cheese puffs in terms of like material.
Yeah. Like what is, how do you even describe that outside texture? It's like glitter on the out, like they put actual glitter on it, and it's like rough, almost like sandpapery.
Yeah,
it doesn't taste like a marshmallow at all.
That is a very difficult question. I've never even like really thought of that. Like, how would I describe what that shit is?
The texture of a Peep.
Yeah. Besides, not good. So great, like that's your seasonal Easter store. Peeps, every range of size of chocolate rabbits, maybe like plastic eggs for you to put like, I don't know, like fucking change or little prizes in for like your kids.
Or like chocolate eggs too.
Yeah, chocolate eggs, maybe some baskets, that stupid like confetti filler.
You might have the here and there Easter decoration for like your lawn. Like,
yeah.
To supply all the 5 people in America that decorate for Easter.
Maybe we should like make Easter lights a thing. Since we know how much people like putting
it guides
up
the Easter bunny to your house, so he hides the eggs for you.
Yeah. There's still people on my block that have not taken down their Christmas lights yet.
Do they still turn them on at night?
Yeah.
Well, that's acceptable.
Well, it's like a half and half thing. At least like one of my neighbors does keep it on, the other doesn't. And like,
at that point, like, why does he still have them?
Yeah, like, why even fucking put them up? If you just like one of these years, like a fucking massive storm is gonna destroy those things.
I hate this shit, and like, I know it's a bit past the point to be talking about Christmas, but I hate when people put up Christmas lights, or even like you would put up the Christmas tree and put the lights on it, and then turn it off at night. So like they turn it on when the sun goes down, and then they like turn it back off before they go to sleep. Like, what's the point of having it up if you're gonna turn the lights on for like 3 hours of the day?
I have no idea.
Like, keep that shit on all the time, asshole.
They just really want to kill the Christmas spirit. Just like how I want to rejuvenate the Easter spirit by introducing all these commodities.
And I know you talked we talked about the Easter chocolates. It just got me thinking too, like, do they put like those machines into storage? Like, how do the chocolate bunnies work?
Yeah,
because they only show up once a year. So they definitely don't like get rid of that stuff. Do they put it into storage? Do they like bring it back out and clean it every year?
Maybe.
Or do they just have a stockpile of chocolate rabbits that they just randomly release?
They're just being kept in like a frozen warehouse somewhere.
It's
That'd be
made of that
awful.
horrible chalky chocolate that
That-
really like doesn't go bad. It doesn't oxidize the same way.
Yeah. Shit will not melt. I don't know. The way I would imagine is that I would guess most major chocolate brands probably have replaceable like tooling in their factories. So like if they want, they could swap out like a fucking tooling shape on one of their assembly lines, get a couple like chocolate rabbit ones going for like a week.
How many people do you think get injured changing it out in the chocolate factory? Workplace accident.
I
They
don't
put
know.
their hand in when the machine's still on and it gets crushed.
I thought that's like what the Oompa Loompas were for. Like, humans don't have to like risk their lives working chocolate anymore. Have you ever seen like both the Charlie and Chocolate Factory movies? You
No.
even like seen either of them?
I've seen parts of the first one, and then I didn't even know there was a remake until a few weeks ago when I watched
Okay.
a video about it.
So it just like almost reminded me, like just thinking about the whole idea of, you know, having Oompa Loompas do that shit. Is that in the first movie, it was kind of ambiguous, like what they were exactly, besides just, you know, like magical little goblin men that just, I guess they just love chocolate so much they just work there. But in the remake, they were like aboriginals that Willy Wonka found in the jungle. So it's just almost funny to me that they got away with having them take like natives out of their land and like put them into the factories.
They got away with Charlie having a fucking slave labor factory
Yeah.
in England.
And the idea that they're like orange makes me think that they're almost like Sentinelese Islanders.
They're all from the Donald Trump tribe. He just happens to be an exceptionally big one.
It can't be good. Donald Trump tribe. Well, I mean, what would you think would be a more useless seasonal store? So
Other
I-
than Easter?
Yeah, because I honestly think that Valentine's Day would probably be more successful, honestly.
I don't know, because when you want good Valentine's Day shit, you go to like a real bakery, you know?
Yes.
Or you get like real chocolate. Like having like a store dedicated like that, especially where we live, where actual good bakeries are like everywhere. You really wouldn't go to like a general store to get your Valentine's Day supplies. So I think here where we are, it wouldn't work. But maybe if you live in some shithole place like Wyoming, it might it might survive out there.
I just figured most people probably wouldn't care to get some like immaculate chocolate. A lot of people are very like big fans of just getting bowls of like generic shit, you know, cards.
That's why they get no pussy.
I guess so. But then again, you know, you go to like a Halloween store, and like really the only person that's perusing one of those are like one of those guys who makes their entire house like a haunted house for Halloween. Because like who else is going in there to buy like a 5-foot tall skeleton or like life-size tombstones? Like you're not doing that. Like you typically, you know, if you're decorating for Halloween, you know, you might put like a couple things outside, maybe, you know, a lot more inside. You don't really go all out unless you're really dedicating to it. But those are successful. Well, enough to be a seasonal store.
I think a Thanksgiving Day store would be a very hard sell.
Yeah.
Because why would you go to a Thanksgiving store where you could just get turkey at any actual supermarket? Like, what are they gonna sell? They're gonna sell those paper, like, maple leaves for like you decorate your table with.
Yeah, the only thing I can
And,
think
like,
of...
that's all they're selling.
Yeah, because that's like a much more difficult one, because that's like a, you know, very obviously food-based holiday, and all these seasonal stores are about like decorations. So maybe you could buy like tablecloths, maybe some like some fucking paper plates that are like themed. That's about
Who the
it.
fuck uses paper plates on Thanksgiving?
I don't know, but
Fucking asshole.
But, that's just the thing, there's, like, seasonal paper plates and shit. Get your
Bring out the
tablecloth, your
fine
napkins.
china.
Like the porcelain turkey-shaped dish.
Alright, now here's an impossible sell.
Okay.
A store for Labor Day. Good fucking luck, douchebag.
It's like already a holiday that isn't like
That
outwardly.
no one celebrates.
It isn't like outwardly celebrated. That would be an impossible. So like there already exists no fucking like merchandise for Labor Day.
Yeah.
You have to completely come up with it. The only way I'd see that working is if you spent a long time getting like a lot of people to start kind of like social media movement, like playing off the joke that it's so useless. Like maybe you can start something, kind of like how those original people got like Santa Claus made for like merchandising.
Like for Coca-Cola.
Yeah, like that's what you'd need. You need like a real crack team of advertisers to get like the Labor Day celebration off the ground, like ironically, and then eventually unironically. And then, big Halloween would have to take you out.
And the only other thing I could think of is at least like locally for our area, a 4th of July one would be pretty hard to sell. Because everyone would want to go there to get fireworks, but where we live, fireworks are illegal.
Yeah, I mean, that would be like a very cool, like, assuming it was legal, that would be a very cool store. Because I've been in places where, fireworks are legal, and I've seen stores that are dedicated to selling it. And it's like, cool. It's like this whole fucking thing where you got fireworks of all shapes, sizes, everything you want. But
honestly, I've been out of state at times during the 4th of July, and I don't think I've ever actually seen a fireworks store. I usually just see them as like little stands on the side of the road.
yeah, I did see a place that was dedicated to it.
Like usually just a guy like selling them out of a trailer that like he hitched somewhere. And it has like a little pop-out window, like a fucking hot dog stand, where like he sells the fucking fireworks from.
President's Day seasonal store.
Buy a bust of the president.
How about like Groundhog Day?
It's not even like a real holiday.
so I mean,
I think I might need to rescind that statement before fucking Punxsutawney Phil sends his hit squad after me. Isn't he dead, now that I think about it?
I mean,
didn't Phil die?
I think he died of like internal bleeding. If I recall correctly. I don't know if that's 100% true, but that's what I remember last hearing. I mean, how
How does
about...
it feel to know you outlived Punxsutawney Phil?
Pretty good, I guess, although, granted, I don't know the fucking lifespan of
a groundhog.
So I don't know how impressive that is. Like, groundhogs are like rodents, right? Like, how could they really live any longer than, like, 10 years tops?
I mean, porcupines can live to be, like, 25, I think.
Still, like, pales in comparison to the average person.
They're the longest living one, though, so it doesn't really say a lot about the rest of rodents. Didn't Punxsutawney Phil die in that guy's hands on Groundhog Day?
What happened was...
Isn't that how it went down?
From what I remember, he supposedly dove out of his handler's hands and hit the ground and friggin' fractured something, and he suffered from internal bleeding and then died like a day later. Like, stupid creature that has no sense of, like, fear of heights.
Like, self-preservation.
Just dives for it.
It gets picked up by the same fucking guy every year, and this one time it, like, decided to jump.
So to shake up the status quo and kill itself.
Fucking 10 more years of winter.
Punxsutawney Phil dives, like, hits the ground, completely vaporizes into an ash pile on contact, and then, like the stupid guy wearing, like...
The sun goes dark. That's very sick.
Like, oh, like, you know, the stupid handler who's like reading off that dumb fucking like scroll with his like felt top hat and his like tuxedo. All of a sudden, like, he goes like, "Oh no!" He looks up and you get hit with like that Avatar shit where like the moon turns red.
Yeah.
100 years of darkness. Saving a winter. You say
Makes you
Groundhog Day,
wonder
it's not
where,
a
like,
holiday.
where that dumbass fucking thing comes from. Like, has there ever been a single time when the groundhog was correct? Ever?
I mean, I think it'd be funnier to assume that it wasn't correct any time. Like, there had to have been at least a couple times where like it overlapped and was quote unquote correct, right?
Not in my fucking lifetime.
Stupid. Apparently it started in 1887.
Fucking idiots. They should have known better. It's like at like the height of industrialization.
Just
Like, wasn't Tesla alive at that time?
probably.
And there were still dumbass people using a fucking groundhog to decide when like their harvest was gonna show up.
That'd be like the fucking Joint Chief of Staff of like the U.S. Air Force. We're still like licking their fingers to like test the fucking wings, like wind speed. like licking the dirt, like track our enemies.
Yeah. Finding their fucking dung pies. This one's fresh.
You know we're close. He gets back down on his like knees and just keeps eating the turd.
He had nuts for dinner last night.
Cord too. How does he do it? That's like
How do
clearly...
you do it? What's your secret?
What's your secret? There's like clearly like undigested like nuts and corn in the poop.
This is clearly blood.
The poop is still steaming, and like 10 feet away, you can see a guy like just like laying another one.
He's like a dog. Like he stopped and like moved to go shit somewhere else.
And this investigator's treating it like a fucking Oblivion guard. Like, there's clearly the perpetrator over there, but he's gotta like stop over every body and say like, "There's a killer about." The turd is still warm. Yeah, I mean, I guess it should say something. We have technology, but it is still infinitely funnier to resort to pure superstition. Although, I guess, to be fair, unlike the fucking groundhog, at least licking your finger and testing the wind, like, does
Gives
have
you
some
clear
merit.
results.
Not clear, but it is, like, it's definitely more of a quote-unquote accurate method of getting what you want.
Why do people even do that in the first place? Like, unless you're a fucking sailor and you still use a wind sail to use your boat, what fucking knowledge does knowing which way the wind blows help you at all in your daily fucking life?
I don't know. The only situation I can even think of off the top of my head where that would be required is if you were somehow trapped out in the middle of nowhere and like you were starving. You have access to no technology besides like all you have is a clothes in your back, and you have like a rock, and like if you don't hit that squirrel, you're starving the night. But it's like a windy day.
Yeah, I guess the wind is really gonna blow that rock off course.
Well, you know, it's the squirrel's like 30 feet away, and you know, you can't be taking any chances. Might have to adjust a little bit. That's it, though. I mean, how about? I mean, there's absolutely no reason to still be like licking turds and. I don't think that was ever really.
I don't think anyone actually licked turds to track animals.
You know,
they might have picked it up with their fingers and played with it, like fucking AVGN, but I don't think they ever like straight up licked it.
I mean, you say that, but I mean, dogs eat poop, rabbits eat poop. I mean, who's to say that, ancient trackers didn't do the same thing?
Well, one, dogs are stupid, and two, rabbits do it because it's part of their digestive cycle.
But, if dogs are stupid, then how come we have tracking dogs?
Because we wanted someone else to eat this shit for us.
Everyone's just got to keep ruining all the fun. But just thinking about it, like, you could have had a real Isaac and Clarke, duo years ago trying to go out west, and they're really just examining the shape and lumps of, like, deer turds out in the middle of nowhere. And that was considered, like, a real science. Because, I don't know, maybe you wanted to know, like, what
Why
the
would
local...
Lewis and Clark be doing that?
Who else is going to do it?
Trying to find, like, the passageway to get to the West Coast, and they're just, like, standing over a pile of deer turds.
To be fair, they needed the hunt to survive, and, you got to know the local fauna. Knowing where turds are, means you can track animals. I'm just saying the idea that, they're like, like, lumpy turds with a dark texture on the back. It's like, oh, yes, like that was considered, like, a very serious thing back then. Like, you probably wouldn't have gotten any laughs if you, like, genuinely tried to describe to somebody how the lumps on a turd saved you on the frontier. But, today just... It's a lost art. Just like the finger licking. And all we have left is... Well, actually, we don't have Phil anymore. He's dead.
Well, isn't there a new one?
Yeah, the Mark II. I guess it would imply that, like, it's been the same Phil since, like... It's been, like, the same Phil since, like, the late 1800s. I just don't want to admit it. Hey, is there any other, like, stupid technique that really needs to make a comeback? Is there, like, anything else that wouldn't be out of place maybe 300 years ago? Something really stupid that people used to do.
Maybe accusations of witchcraft?
Yeah. That would be dumb, especially actually carrying out the justice.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, mob rule based entirely on completely unprovable claims that are just meant solely to, like, kill.
Yeah.
Is very funny.
Those fucking, like, kangaroo courts, too, where there's really nothing you can do to disprove what they're charging you with.
It's like, if you live, you're a
So
witch.
what
If
do we
you
all
die,
just
you
base
weren't.
off of hearsay? Like, a guy will show up as a witness, and he'll just, like, say, like, oh, like, I don't know, I kind of feel like that person's a witch, and then, like, that's it. You're just fucking guilty.
Yeah. And it's, like, especially didn't have, like, if you were, like, an ugly bitch back then, you were toast. That's how, like, the description of a witch even came about in the first place.
Just ugly women.
Yeah, your ass was definitely getting sent to, like, the lake if you were an ugly woman. I mean, how do you even bring that back today? Just still getting, like, women that consider themselves witches.
There's plenty of women that voluntarily call themselves witches online. I don't think it'd be too hard.
So, if that's the case, do you think they could be, like, a counter movement where people identify themselves as, like, Salem farmers?
What does that do?
like they dress up like the people from that era. They have, like, pitchforks and torches and shit. And, their sole purpose is just, like, to kill these women.
They don't even do the witch trial. They just straight up kill them.
Well, it's got to take a modern approach. Because, I mean... Because, like, not every person can live next to, like, a lake to, dunk them in with, like, tied to the chair.
The modern approach is to regress in legal protection. Like, you don't even have the trial. Like, sure, it's a kangaroo court, but now you just don't even have the trial. You go straight to the execution.
And, you know, the
That's
crazy
the
part
modern
is
twist on it.
the crazy part is that, like, to a degree, almost has some precedence today. Maybe not in the U.S. necessarily, but I know in I think El Salvador. Did you hear about like what like their president did?
A fucking scion of judicial legislation and rights.
Oh, yeah,
The fucking country with like the highest murder rate in the fucking world.
You gotta hear me out on this. Like, do you know what the president did over the past year?
Is El Salvador the country where the president's been trying to switch over to crypto as like using Bitcoin as the nation's money?
That
Does that have anything to do with this?
It actually does not. It might be true.
Okay.
I don't recall, but
It's
basically,
the only thing I know about El Salvador.
over the past year, I believe and I believe this is El Salvador. The president decided to just say, like, fuck it, no more court cases. Just every fucker covered in tattoos is just going to maximum security prison. They arrested 30,000 people who are now just like in these fucking, you know, didn't get like any kind of like actual court case. Like they never went to a fucking court. And now they have one of the lowest crime rates in Central America.
It's that easy, huh?
It was that they literally just arrested all of them without any due process. Just because, like, it was blatantly obvious that they were fucking criminals. Because no one else covers themselves head to toe in MS-13 tattoos besides those people. And literally every single one of them does it. That's all it takes. You just treat it like you're playing fucking Tropical 4. You know, someone's clearly, like, their job is criminal, so I just press throw in jail. So, and that's like happening today. And what's even funnier about that is apparently some other countries in South America are very impressed with just how swiftly that guy dealt with the crime, and they're trying to emulate that model. So we're actually having like a modern regression of like the judiciary system. Just throw people in fucking jail. It's like, yeah, pull it
Probably
off
not
with the
even
witch.
worse considering all the times when like Mexico does anything against the cartel, it basically just like devolves into them losing an entire city for like a few weeks.
Yeah, I mean, their problem is that not only are they like 100% more entrenched by the cartels, but they still attempt due process. Like, even on like the fucking gang leaders. So they're just gonna constantly keep losing over and over. And I'm seeing videos like every other week now where these gangs, they're fighting in the same manner as like the Russian-Ukraine war. They're in trenches shooting each other in the fucking mountains. It's insane. Like, I've never seen anything like it. They're in open warfare with each other. And the Mexican government can't do anything. It's like, no wonder why there's like all this shit talk of like Republicans saying like we gotta invade Mexico.
Straight up trench warfare.
Yeah. It's insane. I've seen videos of them like in the woods shooting each other with like RPGs, machine guns, and trenches, them in the mountains with like fucking rocket launchers and like stingers. They have everything they need. And I guess that's just the future of things. And that is one hell of a direction to have gone from chocolate bunnies, I suppose. It's like another theme running into here. It's the last time, like, recognizing just how fucking far along we've gone from the original topic. That's the whole point of the bender.
It took us half an hour this time compared to like an hour last time.
That is true. But that actually, talking about that last thing, that reminded me of something else I wanted to talk about. Specifically, just the general existence of the Russian-Ukraine war.
Oh boy.
Like, this isn't anything to like even like get into the politics or any of like the actual like minutia of it, but have you seen the amount of people that claim that that war isn't real?
Yes.
As
And side tangent, it's not that my dad, I don't think, denies the existence of the war, but he thinks that it might be an orchestrated event. just to like fuck over the world, essentially. Because he thinks that there's economic ties between like Putin and the U.S. government, that we're basically like funding this to be in like a never-ending thing, so that way like the world economy collapses, essentially.
I mean, I guess something like that has, actual like credit as like a line of thinking, but the people.
I think just a little side tangent to that too, because the whole the Silicon Valley Bank situation. Apparently, it came out that a bunch of Russian oligarchs had ties to that, and I don't know if you heard, but just like over the weekend, Biden came out and said that they would be covering everyone who like lost money in that situation, even though he said earlier that he wouldn't. Over the weekend, he changed his mind, so that's like part of the thing. Like my dad was saying that, like because of like the Russian oligarchs needing their money back, like we're gonna, because essentially now the U.S. government is paying those people if Biden actually does cover them. So we are actively funding our enemy right now.
Some way to do it. I just can't get over the people that genuinely think the entire war is actually like faked. Because seeing like
those
shit
people are
that they
stupid.
say,
I mean, you've sent me the videos that prove it's a thing.
yeah, but
I've seen videos of people dying.
But just like seeing these people, like they don't actively look for evidence of the war. They just hear other people say like, yeah, this war's not real. Like, how come I'm not seeing anything about it, despite me not actively looking it up? And like some of them will say, like, like these people have perfect like footage of them fighting in the trenches and like drones dropping bombs on people. That doesn't happen in a real war. This is all fake.
Yeah, because the last time there was a real war, there weren't fucking HD cameras, dickhead.
Yeah, like there weren't GoPros and fucking iPhones in the hands of every human on Earth. But there's no fixing stupid.
Everybody has a fucking HD camera in their pocket at this point. Like, they could just film and upload.
Yeah, and now it's honestly more important than ever to have, like, some dedicated teams that have GoPros with them to record battlefield situations. So you can, like, feed that information back to, like, have, actually, like, fuck, what's the word I'm thinking of? Like, influence training new recruits.
Mm-hmm.
But no, like I said, there's no fixing stupid, and that's something that just will always piss me off.
And I go back to what you said of people saying, like, well, I haven't seen anything about the war. Like, how is that possible when every single fucking news organization has been daily updating the situation? Like, I'm at the gym and I see fucking, like, news reports about it, like, on the TVs there. Every fucking day.
Yeah. Well,
Like, if you don't see anything, that's your own fucking fault for being a retard.
I mean, like, in their minds, obviously they're naturally going to be like anti-government, anti-media, so they're going to apply that to the nth degree and say like, well, if the media is talking about this war nonstop, then it's got to be fake. Like, more like, it's crazy that fucking massive world developments turn out to be very lucrative to media apparatuses.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
And it's like, if you think the whole situation's fake, like, what do you make of the, like, just the huge population migration happening between both Ukraine and Russia, just, like, waves of people leaving both nations? I guess they're just doing that. They just had enough and they just decided to leave. It's not because people are being sent to fucking die on a front line for a fight that they don't want.
Say the same thing, like it's not real. I don't see any videos of people crossing the border.
I've seen videos of the fucking, like, the conga line of cars at the Kazakhstani border of Russians trying to flee and get away.
They sure as hell haven't. And that line of thinking, unfortunately, dominates a unfortunately large amount of people. And it always like pisses me off seeing that, because they're so unfixable. And I'd rather eat a fucking chocolate bunny than like talk to someone like that.
I'm assuming this line of thought is coming from you talking to someone who tried to tell you that.
Actually, not the case. I don't think I've ever encountered someone in person or talked to someone online about it. I've just like seen them in the wild talking and like reaffirming each other on like Twitter and like wherever else. Like, there'll be 100 comments and I'll say like, yeah, like so true. Like this whole war is fake. I haven't seen anything about it. This is not how a real war happens. I know what real war looks like.
Yeah, sure you do.
Yeah. Be saying it's fake when a fucking like bomb blows them up.
Yeah.
Those
When we
ties.
finally cross Putin's magic red line that keeps being pushed back, and he finally does something.
It almost ties together with one of our first benders, with those people who, believe nukes are fake and believe in like all that stupid shit. That's like their only purpose. Their only personality is to believe in the dumbest shit imaginable.
Yeah. Like the people who think the moon is fake.
Yeah, like the moon is fake, the moon is hollow, Earth is flat, and you only get to that point by just refusing to look at like the interconnecting bits of history. Like so much has been made and developed in the researching and development of things related to space and nuclear like weapons. There's so many bits of history, so many minor things, so many people, overarching events, but they don't know a single one of those because every piece of knowledge they know is complete face value. And honestly, I don't want to like repeat myself in that episode. It's just every time I just gotta rant.
Yeah.
I like getting mad.
And also, not to repeat ourselves in that episode, but I will say this because I think I said it that episode too, and I'll say it again. Like, it's healthy to have a level of skepticism when it comes to what the government and what the media tells you about a certain thing. But there has to be a point where you look inward consciously and say, like, no, this idea is fucking stupid. Like, that doesn't work. And then just, like, throw it out and move on. Yes. And accept that, like, something is happening.
Well, I might as well prod at this one. Did you happen to have a topic that you wanted to bring up?
Yes. We're getting to that point. I will need to preface this for all the listeners at home and say that this is a Star Wars hate channel. Oh, we're not big fans here.
What is this gonna be?
I have a feeling you'll like this. So I know you haven't really watched any of the Star Wars shows that have been coming out recently, aside from like what clips of it you see on YouTube.
And to be perfectly fair, that's like enough of the show to get by on.
Yeah. So you remember the Boba Fett show? The famous
the Book
Boba
of
Fett
Boba.
show, the Book of Booba, where he spends the entire show in the Bacta tank.
Yes.
I gotta get to the Bacta tank. And he gets his ass beat for fucking 6 episodes straight and does nothing except to look like a fucking idiot the entire show.
Just be fat, slice of life on Tatooine.
And I'm sure you're aware of that show, that it takes place directly after Mandalorian Season 2 ends, right?
Yes.
So Mandalorian Season 2 ends, Book of Boba starts, Boba's in the Bacta tank. And he's in the Bacta tank. It shows him actually from the end of Mandalorian getting into the Bacta tank, and then he's in the Bacta tank for the entire fucking show until he finally gets out of it at the fucking 13th hour. So me and my brother were talking about this. It came out recently from, I think, Jon Favreau or one of the guys who makes Mandalorian, because there's those 2 episodes in Book of Boba where it's just the Mandalorian. Like, Boba Fett's not even fucking in the show at that point. He's gone from his own show, and it's the Mandalorian getting the fucking Baby Yoda back. And one of the show creators came out recently and said that between the end of Season 2 of Mandalorian and those episodes of Book of Boba is a 2-year time gap. So that means, like, as I said, my brother pointed this out to me, that fucking Boba Fett was in the Bacta tank for 2 years.
It's like impossible.
I
How
know I'm
do they
opening up a
fuck
can
that
of
up?
worms by talking about both of those shows on here, but it had to be mentioned that they have completely fucking ruined Boba Fett.
Like 2 years in the back. Like the whole point of the Bacta tank is like to expedite, like, you know, fucking the healing
Healing.
of wounds. Like 2 years. It's probably like longer than it would have taken him to, like, to naturally recover from his wounds.
And he was only in the fucking the Sarlacc pit for maybe like a few days at most.
Yes.
So he really sat in a Bacta tank for 2 years because of that experience. Meanwhile, in the fucking Obi-Wan show, Darth Vader drags Obi-Wan through a pit of burning coal and, like, torches half of his fucking body. And then they put Obi-Wan in a Bacta tank for, like, a day. And he comes out and he's fine. Like, nothing ever happened.
Okay, if that's the case, what the fuck happened with Anakin? Like, a Bacta tank couldn't, like, recover his burns?
He kind of got fucking sliced into bits.
I know that much, but, like, you said Obi-Wan, yeah, like, this half of him burnt.
Yeah.
And he comes out perfect. Like,
Yeah.
Anakin at the least, like, sure, he's gonna be chopped up, but, like, his skin should be recovered if that's the case. Guess not.
Palpatine just didn't put him in the fucking Bacta
Yeah, you know,
tank.
I guess that is true. They like, did the complete opposite. They just did surgery on him without anesthetics, without a Bacta tank, right there. And I guess I remember the whole it was, you know, supposed to be on purpose, like make him more mad, which is hysterical.
Yeah. And if you take the time to read the Wikipedia article about Darth Vader's armor, some of the pieces of it are subpar quality because of quote-unquote budget restrictions. So the hospital didn't have enough money to get Darth Vader anything better than what they gave him.
You know, it's like a unique suit. Like, it was made tailored for him. No other person in Star Wars history has a suit quite like that. So how is like a custom built suit of like shoddy quality? And sure, you know, the fucking Republic was, you know, in the midst of a coup, but like still, Palpatine was just a dickhead.
Palpatine just didn't want the money because he wanted to be an asshole. Although the page also does make special mention that that the Palpatine renamed the hospital before doing the surgery on Darth Vader. And he renamed it to, like, the Palpatine Reconstruction, like, Surgical Reconstruction Facility.
Yeah, like one of like important tasks when he's about to usurp power.
It was a joke from the popular red letter media that was Order 67. Order 66 kill the Jedi. Order 67 rename the hospital.
What must be done, show no mercy.
Don't get money for fucking Vader. Don't put him in the Bacta tank.
I ain't paying for shit. Send the medical bill to collections.
Send it to his insurance.
His... Like, that's how he got Vader to, like, fucking, like, work for him indefinitely. It wasn't out of, like, a fear or royalty thing. It was because, like, he was literally indebted to him.
They sent it to his insurance, like, Jedi Temple insurance policy that just happens to not exist anymore because the Jedi Temple was destroyed. Vader's uninsured, so he has to pay out of pocket for his reconstruction.
You know what is dumb is that I think later on they've depicted Vader being put into Bacta tanks. Because like the whole thing is that every now and then he has to be like taken out of his suit and like washed because he's fucking disgusting.
Yeah, they had to, like, take the necrotic skin off of his flesh.
Yeah, and they put him in a Bacta tank. And they just want to keep changing, like, what that blue liquid does to somebody.
Get to the Bacta tank.
To the Bacta tank. But yeah, having Boba Fett, like, like a bantha. Like, he's fat. He doesn't look like Boba Fett. His armor looks like it's made of plastic. He just doesn't do anything cool. Like, Jabba was a bigger threat.
Ass beat the entire fucking show.
Gets his ass beat. And, to be fair, he wasn't too much better in the actual movies. But at least he actually had, like, an air of mystery around him. And he had at least a decent amount of time to pretend that he was good. And at least the prequels, like, fleshed out his dad, I guess.
But then you have the fucking, like, like the comics and shit where he's just, like, kicking ass all over the place. He's, like, fighting multiple Force users at once and, like, just doing a bunch of badass shit. And then in the show, they have a fucking scene where a bunch of people with, like, energy shields come out and encircle him. And he just stands there while they, like, poke him with a fucking cow taser. For, like, 10 minutes, they're just poking him with this thing, and he just stands there and takes it. And everyone I know who's ever fucking seen that scene has said the same exact thing. Like, he has a jetpack. Why doesn't he just fucking fly away? Why does he just sit there and get tased for 10 minutes straight and get his ass beat? And then has to go into the fucking Bacta tank for another 3 episodes.
The old girl was out of juice. I couldn't leave.
Get to the Bacta tank.
Like, the only way it could have made that scene better is, like, they're prodding with, like, the fucking cattle prods. He's like, ugh! And then he's like, he looks at the camera and says, like, it's time to get out of here. And, like, he
presses the button and it just makes, like, a fart sound. Like,
yeah.
Oh.
Uh-oh. And then it cuts to him in the
winks
back
at the camera.
he holds up, like, the whoop sign. And then it just cuts to him in the back of the tank, like, womp, womp.
We outlasted them, son.
We outlasted him, son. We kept stabbing him with the cattle prod until he died, son. So much for the greatest bounty hunter on Earth. And then when
Can you remember what, like, Bill Burr said to respond to this?
God. Yeah, it has been so long since that bit. Like, even I'm, like, a little, like, dry, like, remembering. It's like, oh, yeah, stabbing Boba with all those cattle prods was a tough time. I had to make a lot of hard decisions.
I bet you did.
So, what's your name, soldier? It's like, oh, he doesn't like to talk since he's always in a Bacta tank, so we just call him Boba. Death.
Like a panther.
Death to Boba Fett.
Death to the Empire.
Why is it even called, like, the Book of Boba? Like, does it start with, like, a fucking Shrek intro? It's like that will ever happen.
No.
Like, what is the cinematic purpose of referring to it as a book?
Because I don't fucking know.
Like, they could have just been, like...
The people who made the show were fucking idiots, that's why?
Like, they could have just gone with, like, the complete, like, bare bones, just named it, like, Boba.
Boba Fett.
Yeah, or Boba Fett. You have The Mandalorian. Could have just named it Boba Fett. But no. The Book of Boby.
I think a better question is, why do they make a show about, one of the most notorious, most well-known bounty hunters in this universe, and then have him be like, I don't want to be a bounty hunter anymore. I'm gonna be a crime lord on Tatooine. And then he fucking kills whatever Hutt is. Oh no, he kills fucking what's his name? Bib Fortuna. He takes over, and then he's like, I don't want to do any crime though.
I'm just gonna be a mayor.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit in my fucking palace and get fat and sit in my Bacta tank all day.
Like, yeah, as if Tatooine is really, like,
Tatooine. You have to say it like
Yeah,
Tatooine.
is a Tatooine is really like a place for him to like roll around in his ill-begotten gains like a fucking dragon and like a pile of gold. Like, how lucrative could like the Tatooine lifestyle really be? Like, no one wants to fucking be there.
I don't know, it was enough for fucking, like, Jabba to be rich, but Jabba was also a fucking merciless crime lord who was willing to, like, kill anyone to get what he wanted. Boba Fett's like, oh, these little bikers stole from my shit. I'm gonna hire them. And then just not actually commit any crime at all throughout the entire show. He just helps people. What a fucking crime lord.
Jabba the Hutt's actually, like...
I'm the daimyo.
Jabba's fucking people over, like, galaxy-wide. You know, he's got his, like, a court having exotic women dance for him and, like, suck his disgusting fucking Jabba cock. He's got his Rancor eating people.
Oh, hey, look, it's Danny Trejo. We got Danny Trejo in the show. He's here to give me my Rancor for the fucking stupid fan service. Remember when the Rancor showed up at the end? That was cool. It was like King Kong. You ever see that movie? It's very famous here in Tatooine.
Hi, Danny Trejo. Hi. Yeah, I think we gotta kill Boba Fett, boss. Not the cattle prod.
Oh, I need to get back to the Bacta tank.
I need to get back to the Bacta. He like dives into the Bacta, like prefer for the perfect swan dive. Like he's got like a Scrooge McDuck, like fucking diving board into the Bacta tank. And then that's when they have that scene where like the Wookiee pulls him out of it and starts beating the fuck out of him. Like how they should have shot that scene was like he doesn't even attempt to fight back. Every second that he's not getting punched, he's trying to like desperately crawl back into the tank like a baby. Yeah, because like every second he's in it, he's like slightly healing his wounds from the Wookiee.
So he could take more of a beating.
Yeah, eventually the Wookiee gets like tired and passes out.
I don't even remember how that fucking scene ended.
I win.
I'm trying to remember how. Like, I know he doesn't like fight it off himself.
Doesn't he like latch onto the Wookiee's neck like a fucking pit bull, like with his teeth and not let go. Like his arms and legs are just dangling. He's just only holding on by his teeth. Like the Wookiee swings him around. And he's like,
Wookiee's like slamming him into like the walls and shit, trying to like hurt him to get him off, and he just won't let go. He's like an alligator. And
then the Wookiee just like dives backwards onto his back and crushes Boba.
Jumps out the window.
Lands Boba first into the sand.
I need to get back to the Bacta.
I gotta get back to the Bacta tank.
I need to get back in my palace before the bird gets me.
You can't just drop that on the viewers. Okay, this is like, really we gotta bring up the fucking bird.
Book of Boba Season 2.
Yeah, where the only way to save Book of Boba, while like still keeping the horrible direction they've been going, is to introduce like the fucking like terror bird of Tatooine. It's just
literally just a giant bird, like the size of Slave One.
It's like
just this huge bird.
There's a predatory like hawk circling around the palace at all times, and Boba Fett can't leave because he knows it's gonna like swoop him up and take him.
Like anyone who tries to leave, it immediately gets swooped up by the bird.
And that's when he has to call on the Mandalorian to like help him. I hear you have a bird problem. Oh, the Mandalorian.
Oh, nice to meet you, Mando. I need you to kill that fucking bird.
It's nice to meet you, the Mandalorian. Well met, Book of Boba.
Now get out there and kill that bird.
He's like talking through it. He's like talking through like a little like voice synthesizer since he's like still in the Bacta tank. And I think it'd be funnier if like he wasn't wearing that stupid like loincloth that they all wear when they're in the tank, and he just like got his balls out.
ass naked.
Yeah, and then even better when the Mandalorian shows up.
Can you put that away?
It's like, it's like, looking at your penis in the back of the tank is part of my religion. And then what he does is... and then he takes off his helmet and looks at the camera. Star Wars. It doesn't, like, the helmet does not go back on for the rest of the episode. He's purposely, like, going out of his way to, like, find people to, like, introduce himself to, like, with the helmet off.
He has the helmet on, and then he takes it off to, like, shake their hand.
Yeah. And then, like, after this whole ordeal, and you go back to, like, the Mandalorian season 2, and you, like, the stupid, like, weaponsmith is like, has anyone ever laid their eyes on your face?
No.
No. Like, what are they gonna do?
Yeah.
It's like they improved. It was a complete honor system.
He doesn't have a fucking, like a cop, like, camera on him, like a fucking body cam. Like, how are they gonna know? You could just fucking lie to them. I think the only people who ever saw his face were, like, Bill Burr.
Yeah, and he, like, died.
And the robot that dies in season 1.
Bill Burr.
Yeah, you got a pretty fucking ugly face, boss.
Yeah, you got a fucking ugly face, so we call him ugly.
He is ugly.
He is
Death
pretty.
to the ugly kid.
He is pretty ugly, Mr. Burr.
Yeah, so we just call him fucking ugly. He's also the Mandalorian.
Yeah, we're spies.
Me too.
Why don't you come back? Why don't you come back to my private quarters, Blue Eye?
And, like, fucking Mandalorian.
Now,
like,
I'm the gay one here, boss.
Yeah. Okay,
I'm going with you.
I'm the fucking gay one. I'm the fucking gay one.
I had to make a lot of very gay decisions that day.
I bet you did.
But I fucked them all, son. Crazy. That was, like, the most, like, vital point in all of the Mandalorian. Besides the part when fucking Gus Fring wanted, like, Baby Yoda's poop.
You have something that I want.
I just wanted his poop. Just wanted to study his poop. This child's feces have very magical properties. He could bring a lot of order to the galaxy.
And you touch yourself.
I touch myself, Mandalorian.
I didn't need to know that.
Watch
Touching
this.
myself is part of my religion.
Watch this. He just, like, picks up a Darksaber and cleaves Baby Yoda in half. You shouldn't have done that. And then, like, Mandalorian charges in. He's like, I could bring you in warm, or I could, and he's got sliced in half with, like, the Darksaber too. Or I can bring you in hot.
I could bring you in with the air conditioning on, or I could give you a nice blankie.
I think we're going to crucify you, Mandalorian. Well, just like we crucified your friend Bo-Katan and Bill Burr and Ahsoka Tano.
Got everyone.
Fucking Empire really won. Got the Darksaber and took out all the opposition. Then the best way to top off that episode would be like when the X-Wing fucking docks. Just the second Luke gets in, he gets mowed down by like, those fucking Dark Troopers, like the stupid like robots.
completely lost his touch.
Yeah.
It's like someone's boarding.
Is that Luke
Just
Skywalker?
watch him. Before you even see the X-wing.
Yeah, it's Luke. The Mandalorian.
It's Luke
because
Skywalker from Star Wars.
it's Mark Hamill. Because
Star Wars.
Star Wars. Mark Hamill. The whole thing is that in the prequels, we've seen what happens when like 50 people shoot at a Jedi at once. Like you can't block them all unless you're like Grievous and you have like more lightsabers. But you got like fucking like an army of 50 of these robots.
Forehead Man also like wasn't expecting to be shot at. It's just like how he got shot like that.
Fucking Forehead Man. Shit, what is his name?
Cal Mundy? Is that his name?
Yeah, the guy goes, Shakti!
Yeah.
Stupid, like, actual dickhead. Shakti!
And granted, I mean, on one side he had the clones shooting at him, and I think on the other side was an entire, like, droid army.
Yeah.
So, like, either way, he was gonna fucking die.
But still, like, just the amount of, like, firepower that was coming at him. I think it would have been better if maybe, like, one of the, like, I think they're called Dark Troopers, because, like, it's fucking the naming scheme for the Empire is just so horrible. There's, like, Dark Troopers, Death Troopers, Shadow Troopers, Blood Troopers, and they're all, like, practically the same
Troopers.
thing. Sure Troopers. It's so pointless. Oh, they're stormtroopers, but, like, when you're on a beach in particular.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dumbest thing is like stormtroopers aren't even supposed
What about
to be.
sand troopers, where all they have is like that orange shoulder pad?
Yeah, they have like orange shoulder pads and then like an AC unit on their back, which I mean, I guess that makes sense. But I guess if you have like a standard stormtrooper, one's for desert environments, one's for the snow, and then like maybe you have one for like a jungle environment, and that's really all you need. Like, having all this other bullshit for, like, the smallest things. When stormtroopers aren't even supposed to be, like, that ubiquitous, really. Like, I'm pretty sure they're only really supposed to be, like, found, like, on the Death Star and on board, like, some ships. Like, they're not supposed to be, like, the bulk of the Empire's army, if I recall. But they never really show that. Everything's just gonna be, like, dumb. Like, TIE fighters, TIE interceptors... like advanced TIE fighters, TIE bombers. Yeah. That was the same thing, but slightly different shapes. And of course, none of them have, like, hyperdrive, so, like, none of them can ever catch the rebels. They don't have fucking shields.
Yeah, but if you ever watched The Last Jedi, then you know that it's impossible to track someone who's jumped. Unless you put a stupid little thing on their ship, then you could track them all you want.
Yeah. And also, like,
if
your
you ever
ships
watch
require
that
fuel.
shit-ass, dog-shit piece of fuck movie. Also, if you run out of fuel in space, your spaceship will just stop, apparently, according to that movie.
It's, like, impossible.
Also, it just happens to turn out that the fucking last ship that the Resistance has moves at the same exact speed that the entire fucking First Order Navy moves at. So the First Order cannot actually catch up to them. It is the most low-energy fucking space chase of cinema history.
It must be such a blast to ruin a fucking franchise like that.
Yeah. So we need to be in charge of season 2 of Book of Boba so we could put the bird in.
I really wish I was in charge of, like, ruining Star Wars, among other things. But, like I said, when they fucking create, they destroy. When we destroy, we create. So that's why they can't have us. Because at the end of the day, we're still doing something, like, impressive. It's, like, still kind of funny. having fucking Boba Fett scared out of his life because there's, like, a 50-foot condor outside.
Bird.
Like, that's hysterical. Like, people would be pissed.
Sending out the fucking Gamoran guard.
Alright, God, I need you to take out that bird.
Like, they open the gates, and these 5 Gamoran guards run out in a straight line into the desert, and they don't stop running. They just keep going into the distance, getting picked off one by one.
Book of Boba Season 3, Episode 1. Like, it's called Boba of Prey. And, you know, he like, it just starts, like, he finally crawls out of the Bacta tank. He's like, oh. You know, it's like, finally. And, like, looks out the window and sees, like, the shadow go by. He's like, oh.
Well, you forgot to mention that he's been spooning the fucking, the sheriff from that town that Cad Bane shot. They've been spooning in the Bacta tank.
Yeah, it's like the 3 of them. It's the sheriff, Cad Bane, and Boba all in one Bacta tank. Well, there's like a second one that's completely empty.
There's 3 of them, and they're all in one.
It's a miracle that no one died. It's like, you go ahead, Bobby. I'm gonna soak a little more.
Gets up, he takes a mask off, he like does a big stretch and yawn. He like smacks like,
what are we gonna do today in Tatooine?
Like, yeah, puts on like a bathrobe. What was that? He's like in his bathrobe. He goes out to like get the mail. He sees like the shadow fly, but runs back inside.
Runs like 100 yards back to the fucking castle. It's like a 3-minute scene of him running. No cut camera shot, no audio, just the sound of his footsteps on the sand.
What is the name of that fucking movie? 1917. Like that scene, do you know what I'm talking about?
Where he's like running as everyone's like crossing the trench.
Yeah. Like, that's exactly how it's shot.
There's nothing happening in the background.
No.
It's
shot with the same music, the same angle, same lighting, same intensity. Like, every now and then you see like the shadow of the bird go over while he runs uninterrupted for like 3.5 minutes. And he gets back in the palace. He's like breathing heavily for another 45 seconds.
He slams the door and like he puts his back up against it. And he's
he like gets his Gamorrean guards lined up while it's playing like a snare drum military beat. He's like talking to them. He's like, "Men, I don't know how to put this.
We under siege.
We're under siege." And then like they're all peeking out the window. Like they send out the one, like, go out there, make sure it's safe. Walks out there, looks left and right, and then the bird just takes him away. The stupid thing goes like. He's like, I see no other option. All of you out at once. And just like 100.
There's no way that bird could get all of you.
It's like 100 Gamorrean guards like march. It's like 100 of them, and they all march out single file. Each one getting picked off.
They're not even marching out. I always imagine them as like full on like sprinting in single file, and they don't stop. They just keep going to the horizon.
Each one gets taken without fail.
One by one.
And that's when he's got to call Mando. I hear you something
Does
of
he
a
call
bird.
Mando, or does he wake up Cad Bane first?
Cad Bane's not in this episode. Outside of like that one
outside
quote-unquote
of the cameo.
That's it. He's like, he pulls out like he just pulls out like an iPhone 11. And he calls the Mandalorian. He's like, Mando,
come on, pick up.
I'm getting ass service out here on Tatooine. And he looks out the window.
I'm sorry, the call cannot be completed as dialed.
Oh, son of a bitch, he changed his number.
The fucking bird knocked out the power. Bird killed my router.
The bird broke the phone line.
Like 500 yards out, like it's like all the way on the horizon. There's just a single knocked over power line that leads directly to the fucking palace. And like that's what the guards are like going after. It's like, I'm gonna have to use data for this one. Like the second he makes the call,
The second he turns on his data, he immediately gets the 2 GB one.
fuck.
I'm gonna have to pay extra this month. Fuck.
You know, finally calls him. Like, come on. Yes, hello. Oh, there you are. I just need haha, gotcha.
Nah, I'm just joking.
Yeah, please leave a
I can't
message.
answer the phone right now.
Leave a message. You son of a bitch. It's like, what's he gotta do left?
It's like emergency dial him.
It's like, what do you want? I'm currently practicing my religion. Like, I need your help.
He's like, camera cuts to him after he says that he's sitting on the toilet.
He's sitting on the toilet. He's like on his phone with one hand, and he reaches in between his legs with the other, looks at a turd, starts like playing with it.
He's like, what the fuck do you want, Boba Fett?
He's like sniffing, like.
It's like, I'm practicing my religion. What do you want?
I got a bird problem. And that's what it plays like that stinger, like.
I'll be right over.
Like gets in the fucking like the stupid Naboo starfighter, leaves the kid like alone. Like he leaves.
Before he does that, it shows him like putting like a bottle of just straight up like bleach. Like it from the story, like puts it in like a cupboard and doesn't lock it.
The Baby Yoda's like in the bathroom with him, just like watching him do all this, and he's like,
Sorry, kid.
I'm going on a personal adventure. And he leaves him in there. Like, the fucking drawers are open. There's, like, bleach in there. There's a fork on the ground next to, like, an electrical outlet.
I was gonna say, he has a fork in his hand, and, like, he throws it to the sink, but he misses, and it lands next to an electrical outlet.
There's a fucking, like, bottle of pills that are, like, open.
Leaves the sink running.
Leaves, like, all of his guns. No, actually, even better. Like, the Naboo starfighter just, like, won't turn on. It's like...
Ah, damn it. Looks like I'm gonna have to take the space frontier flight.
He's got to get back on that stupid fucking 747 and, like, please put away all of your guns.
It's like, come on, retard. This is part of my religion.
Sorry, Mandalorian.
Fuck.
He puts all his guns away. Flies away, you know, like that stupid Rodian behind him. He's like waving to him.
And he turns around. It's like, what are you looking at, you stupid fucking roadie?
Like the whole
Fucking
plane,
wizard.
the whole plane's like, oh!
Stop looking at me like that, you fucking wizard.
And then there's just like one shock scene that is never explained. Like out the window, you just see the Mandalorian like in his Naboo starfighter, like waving to the kid.
Who is that guy?
And then just like hard cuts to Tatooine, like him stepping foot on the ground, like his boot hits the dirt, and it plays like that noise.
And he
like,
immediately rolls his ankle.
Ow!
Oh!
He's like 500 feet from the palace, and Boba's screaming from the window. He's like, "Come on, quick,
Quickly!
He's like hobbling to the palace door while the birds circling him. The thing is, he tries to like angle his jetpack, like shoot the rocket, but he forgot he left all of his fucking weapons on board the plane.
I gotta go back.
It's already taken off.
There's no like baggage claim.
Well, he like missed
They
it.
leave it on the ship.
After like his racist outburst, they just didn't let him collect.
Without my weapons, looks like I'm a full-blown atheist now.
He takes off his helmet.
Takes off all his armor and goes back out into the desert.
Takes off all of his armor, leaves it there, and then just like hobbles with a broken ankle into the palace. Now both him and Boba are both ass naked. No weapons. All the Gamorrean guards are dead. Cad Bane and the stupid sheriff are still, like, on hiatus. This episode's, like, already bordering on, like, 2 hours.
This is all the first episode.
Yes. It wasn't even, like, marketed as, like, a special. It was just supposed to be a normal episode. And all the previews showed, like, a completely different plot. It's, like, the first...
All the previews show, like, what Tamora Morrison wants to do of, like, having him, like, track down, like, Mace Windu or some shit. Like, that's the entire promo for this whole season. The first episode, his entire plan gets hitched by a giant bird.
This creature that's clearly not native to Tatooine at all.
Yeah.
They're just stuck in the house. Stuck in the stupid palace. The only thing I can even think of doing is, like, maybe there's, like, a leftover sand barge that they try to make, like, a heroic escape in. But I remember, like, every sand barge is just trapped out there in the fucking sand dunes next to the dead Sarlacc pit. They'd really have nothing. Like, maybe they could try to, like, send out the Rancor as bait while they run. But the problem is, like, since the Mandalorian twisted his ankle, he's got to get in the Bacta tank. And it does another 2-year hard
There's
cut.
no room for me now. Fuck.
Let me just scoozy in there.
This has 4 people in the Bacta tank.
4 people in the Bacta tank. Like, not even, like, all equally getting, like, the juice on them. And then it just says 2 years later.
Packed in like a fucking can of sardines.
So 2 years pass, and they finally all come out, except for Cad Bane and the sheriff. That bird's still there. And maybe that's when it just jumps to, like, the Star Wars credits. Like, full blast.
End of episode 1.
Like, part 1. What if they had the balls to call it, like, part 1 out of 16? Like, Boba of Prey, part 1 of 16.
Boba Prey, part 1 of 16.
Like, that doesn't typically happen, where they tell you, like, how many parts it's gonna be total. And the thing is, like, I'd really wish I could know, like, what the reception to it would be. Because on one hand, there's gonna be a lot of, like, diehard fans that are gonna, like, look at it at face value and think this is, like, the worst thing ever. But there has to be a sizable amount of people that would think this is, like, the most hysterical thing possible.
I think that there would be a decent amount of people that would find it enjoyable because, like, the Star Wars fan base is, like pretty much done with Star Wars at this point.
Yes.
Like, they're over it. Like, fucking Mandalorian Season 3 has had, like, the lowest viewership ratings of, like, any Star Wars show so far. From what I've heard. Other than fucking, like the side ones that no one cares about, like Andor. Even though Andor was pretty fucking good.
Boba. And then we have to have it tie in with like the Book of Kenobi or whatever, like the Book of Ben.
No, they just called that show Obi-Wan.
Alright, from now on it's gonna be the Book of Ben. Since it still ties together because, like, you know,
it all takes place on Tatooine.
Even though I've heard it supposedly isn't all on Tatooine, but it's enough on Tatooine that I'm gonna consider it another Tatooine-like, which is gonna be
even
the new
though
genre.
It takes place like 20 years before Book of Boba.
Yeah, well, the thing is, with all the time skips in the Bacta tank, everything's caught up now.
What, they like went back in time with the Bacta tank?
No, fucking Kenobi like went in his Bacta tank and had a hard
Kenobi's
cut.
like dead at this point. Like, episode 6 has happened.
No. The thing is, they put his clothes in the Bacta tank and he regenerated. I'm back. I heard you have a bird problem.
What are you gonna do about it, old man?
Well, I think with the Force, anything is. Ah!
Obi-Wan!
He already knows his name.
And that's when...
Save me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
You remember that, like, famous scene from, The Force Unleashed, where, like, Starkiller pulls the, like, Star Destroyer back? Like, with the Force?
Yeah, like he pulls it down to the planet.
Yeah, like, that's what Boba Fett does to the bird.
He's suddenly Force sensitive.
Yes. I mean, there's already proof that he isn't.
Probably the fact that he's, like, never showed any inclination to it.
Well, I mean, it could easily be masked with his, bounty hunter sensibilities. Maybe like that premonition to knowing when there's danger afoot could be like, the midichlorians acting up.
I like to imagine that after Obi-Wan gets swooped by the bird, like, that's when you finally get, like, all right, we're gonna have to wake him. And then, like, they open the thing and you just see, like Cad Bane's, like, blue foot hit the ground. And, like, that's the end of, like, episode 4.
Now, how do you subvert the audience's expectation of episode 5 not have Cad Bane in it once?
It's a flashback episode.
It's a flashback from the bird's perspective. It's the origin story of the bird that actually develops into another fucking show.
Yeah, that show was just called Bird of Prey.
Bird of Prey, a Star Wars story. Origins of the Tatooine bird. It would even be. Just be like a regular life cycle of just like a hawk.
Bird. It just gets born in a nest.
And then
It
just
gets
grows,
Yeah.
grows rapidly over the course of like 7 years, just eating people, eating like Tusken Raiders.
And this is an entire 6-episode series.
It even has supplementary books and webcomics. And then finally gets leaked online that as part of the new Star Wars like cinematic universe, it's getting its own dedicated movie.
And the movie is gonna detail all of its time spent at the fucking castle that Boba Fett's in.
And how the movie is shot, it is just like the Book of Boba, like part 1 of 6, like 1 through 16 of like the bird escapades, but all from the exact POV vision of the bird.
It's great. You just get to see it like swoop in and take out 100 Gamoran guards.
Yeah, although,
And you get to see like Din Djarin running through the desert naked on a broken ankle.
I mean, honestly, seeing that scene where Boba Fett like runs back to the palace, like in his fucking
In his bathrobe.
in his bathrobe with like that cinematic music playing from that angle would be hysterical. Even if like the remaining 3.5 hours of the movie is just like the bird circling around, like muffled voices can be heard from the palace. Like, why is Tatooine so important? Why does so much shit happen there? It's like a backwater desert place.
Because fucking Disney built a Tatooine set and they are too fucking lazy and cheap to build anything else. That's why.
There is a whole galaxy, and yet this place that is so fucking primitive that they have to farm water. Like that's the chief agricultural product is water, just like moisture farms. This is somehow like what everything comes down to. Like a Mandalorian's fucking around there, Boba Fett. Well, I mean, Kenobi obviously speaks for itself, I guess, but still.
The 2 seasons of Mandalorian, Book of Boba, and I'm not watching season 3 of Mandalorian, so I really don't fucking care. And then Obi-Wan. So that's 4 seasons of 3 different shows that have all taken place on Tatooine.
Yeah, and like I'm honestly surprised they didn't like shoot one on Hoth. I feel like that would be even easier to do because it requires less of a set. Just have the whole thing, paint it white. Have like a, I don't know, like a Wampa, like attacks Boba or something. I don't know. It's the exact play.
Rips his arm off.
It plays off the exact same way as like when it captures Luke. But the problem is that Boba Fett doesn't have the Force or a lightsaber. So he's just trapped up there until the Wampa inevitably eats him.
Yeah, he's hung up by his feet and there's nothing he can do.
Like he sees his like gun on the ground and he tries, like it plays like the
He's
Force
like
theme.
reaching for it.
Like the Force theme starts to play really quietly, but the gun just isn't budging. It's not even like shaking. And then the Wampa closes its eyes, reaches out its paw, and like the gun flies into its hand.
And what, it just shoots Boba with it? That's the end?
Yeah. And that would explain why you see the Wampa as a Force ghost at the end of that fucking movie.
What are you talking about?
Everyone, when Luke looks over on Endor and he sees the ghost of Anakin, like Yoda, and the Wampa.
Qui-Gon Jinn and Mace Windu.
Palpatine, the Wampa.
Yeah.
Han Solo. Hey, I'm not dead. And he dives into the funeral pyre of Vader.
I remember Palpatine wouldn't actually be there because, you know, he's still alive.
I'm still alive. No. There is another. God. Yeah,
I heard you had a bird problem, Boba Fett.
I bet he'd probably find a way to kill the bird.
I'd go out there and zap it with my force lightning. I'll take that fucker down.
Yeah.
And then he goes outside. Ah! He just gets swooped up by it.
I mean, if this was like EA Battlefront 2 Palpatine, with the way he sprints, he could probably avoid the bird. He's sprinting around in a circle.
Turns out the bird is like a rancor. It's force immune.
Oh, God.
Boba Fett really, fucking Palpatine bit off more than he could chew.
Well, if it's force immune, does that stop it? Does that make it immune to force lightning? I don't think that's how that works.
Did you play fucking Force Awakens? You can't shock the rancor with your lightning. It doesn't work.
Doesn't make any sense. Like, I
Maybe
feel
you should fucking pick up a
like,
book
I
sometime,
thought being
dumbass.
force immune just meant that like you couldn't be influenced by it if you're trying to like fucking lie through your teeth, like be like a Jedi mind trick.
No, it means you can't do anything to it, dumbass.
So you like can't even like force choke.
Fucking
So
idiot.
you can't
No.
force choke. Look at it. How the fuck does that even work? Isn't the force supposed to be like in everything?
It has negative midichlorians. It has negachlorians that they do the opposite of what you do to it. I don't fucking know. I'm just making shit up. That's probably going to be the actual canon explanation, though. These are midichlorians, which all life has, but then some life has the negachlorians, which stop midichlorians from working.
Digichlorian.
Wrong!
That'd definitely be something that if like we were behind the helm of Star Wars, we'd have to like add to piss people off.
Yeah.
If we were to make a show that like wasn't as retarded as the bird, but it had to be like a new character, or maybe like a character that like no one really cares about. God, what would I even be?
The problem is there are so many dumbass bullshit like background characters in Star Wars that have like entire names and histories that there is such a big hat to pull names out of.
Okay,
Like,
well,
there's even a fucking story about that stupid ass droid that blows up
yes.
in fucking at the start of episode 4. Like, it's so unnecessary.
Okay, well, we got to put it like this. Like, we're in charge. We have to, like, Book of Boba completely flopped. The Mandalorian Season 3 actually, like, underperformed so badly that, like, all the cast had to be executed. It's, like, completely canceled. Like,
Making bad shows is part of my religion.
It's part of my freaking religion. It's like, outside of circumcision, it's part of my religion. So, like, we're in charge. We have to jumpstart Star Wars. Like, there's 600 billion in the hole, and all we have to work with is the Tatooine set, and we have to make a new show. The problem is, since like all those old actors are dead, like we gotta choose like another character. Who's gonna fit that bill to play the new Tatooine hero?
But like, is the contract says we have to use an established character?
Maybe not necessarily. It could be someone new.
Well, if it's someone new, then the fucking like door's wide open for us to do whatever we want.
What would be the dumbest thing imaginable? Maybe a Jedi, like sand, like Tusken Raider.
So an entire show of a thing that's only possible in ways.
Yes. That'd be dumb, because like Mandalorian and Book of Boba made people like the Tusken Raiders, because like, whoa, it's like they actually got like a culture. They're not actually just savages. But then we gotta make the whole show like where they're just like savages.
Yeah.
We gotta regress all the goodwill and just have them like actual real depictions of them like raping and pillaging, eating their children.
Cannibalism.
Fully uncensored like flashback of them like burning Aunt Beru. I don't know what the fuck the other guys
It wasn't even the fucking stormtroopers like everyone thinks it was. Or even fucking Boba Fett, which is like that other theory that Boba Fett did it. It's just a random group of fucking sand people.
Yes.
They'll be back. And in greater numbers too.
Damn it, Luke, they're here. And just like surrounding them on the hill is like 14,000 fucking ones. Like it's like the Zulu warriors.
Yeah.
We don't have enough firepower to take them all down. Grab onto my ankles, Luke. And then Obi-Wan just does like that like Leia thing where he like force flies up into space. Yeah. But since Luke isn't like
they were just gonna have like Luke, hand me your blaster, and then like Luke gives him in. He just puts it up to his chin, blows his brains out.
He shoots Luke in the head, then he kills himself. That's a little bit better. Like they both like hop into the land speeder, just like mow them all down while they all run. That's a nice one, Luke. Keep running them over. Star Wars, like
Until one of them manages to get a shot on like one of like the back engines. And the entire fucking sand speeder they're in just like tumbles and explodes.
the shot blows a chunk out of Kenobi's head. Like complete replay of like JFK's assassination.
Yeah, not even like a blaster shot. He gets hit by a fucking slug thrower. It just explodes.
Like the back of his head explodes, and the force slams his head right into the fucking right into the steering wheel, like onto the horn. It's like,
Isn't Luke driving?
No. It was all Kenobi.
And because his body is on the steering wheel, it turns it slightly and just sharp rights into like a huge like rock.
Just explodes. Luke screams out, "Jesus Christ!" and it blows up. And R2D2 lets out like that, like. And C-3PO goes, "Oh my!" What?
C-3PO with a little piece of brain matter like sliding down his left eye. Oh my.
Yeah, we definitely got to do more things like giving C-3PO, like, you know, I had like that stupid, erroneous red arm for no reason. It's got to be more than
Give
that.
me the red arm that had like an entire comic book dedicated to explaining how he got the red arm.
Yeah, but who cares? Because it wasn't in the movie. How about how nobody could, like, turn on R2-D2? Like, he's a fucking astromech droid. Like, the most common...
He didn't want to turn on. Didn't you watch the movie, dumbass?
The most common type of a droid for, like, civilian use, and they couldn't just turn him on manually.
Maybe you should watch the movie.
Did watch the movie.
There's a single throwaway line where, like he shut himself down after Luke left, and he just won't come back on. Like, he refuses.
Like, no one want to.
That's how droids work.
No one want to buy a fucking astromech droid if they were able to, like, do that shit on their own. Honestly, when I think of that movie, I feel like half of it is just me getting angry at the like the cantina ripoff scene, and the other half of the movie is just like that 2-second shot of like that puppet bird pecking at like the skeleton in the beginning shot.
Which movie are we talking about?
I think this is still like the Force Awakens.
That's a cantina scene?
Yeah, remember? When they
No.
go, yeah, remember that stupid planet that has the dumb, like, little orange fucking Oompa Loompa girl?
Oh.
Yeah. Remember that?
The only fucking thing I remember from The Force Awakens is a quarter portion.
What?
I'll give you 1/4 portion.
It's like zero way that's a sustainable economy out there.
I'll give you 1/4 portion for that Mandalorian helmet from the Mandalorian TV show.
My religion.
Quarter portions are part of my religion.
Like, the whole economy of stupid Jakku was just taking parts from, like, crashed ships, yet somehow Rey was the only bitch in that whole down Star Destroyer, like, picking, like,
Yeah.
pots and pans and bolts out of it. What a portion. And, you know, I'd imagine by then, that whole ship would be like a skeleton. Like, there'd definitely be, like, entrepreneuring people that would take all the important shit off it, completely stripped down. It'd be like parking your car in Romania. Like, all that's left is the
Especially
fucking
'cause,
frame.
Like, all the wrecks there in war are there because, like, Jakku was one of the last, like, holdouts of the Empire after the destruction of the second Death Star. So it's been fucking how many years since that in canon? Like, 40 or some shit like that?
What were they holding out on? There's no, like, Empire.
I don't know, it's
presence
like
on
the
that
Battle
planet.
of Jakku. It's like a thing in the war. It was supposed to be like the last, like one of the last major battles of the Empire.
That is
That's why there's
so
a bunch of
bad.
destroyed Star Destroyers there.
So stupid.
I ain't going back to Jakku.
I ain't going back to Jakku. What an awful movie. Stupid stormtroopers with their big fat helmets. Stupid Rey. Stupid Oompa Loompa girl with, like, the scary lightsaber,
The
like,
butthole
flashback.
eyes.
Yeah, the little tiny, like, butthole glasses eyes.
I
Damn,
have
we suck.
Luke's fucking lightsaber that he somehow got out of
Like a gas
Sky
giant.
City, like Yavin 4, whatever the fuck that stupid ass planet's called.
Like, how that shit even work?
But if you read the comics, you know that there was a person at the bottom of the tube that caught it.
I couldn't even, like, finish doing the Palpatine voice. I was so mad saying that just now. That is, like, the canon thing, that there was, like, a person at the bottom of that tube who just, like, reached out. They were on, like, a walkway, and they reached out and caught the lightsaber.
That is so stupid. I hate Star Wars.
Get me fucking started on the Force, or not the Force Awakens, fucking The Last Jedi.
Yep, I mean, I should consider myself lucky. I've never seen anything past The Force Awakens. Didn't see Rogue One,
You
didn't
should
see
consider yourself lucky.
any Last Jedi, like, whatever the fuck. Was there, like, another one? Am I
I mean,
missing
there's
a
all
movie?
like the stupid movies they released in between. There's Rogue One. There's the Han Solo
Yeah, the
movie,
Han Solo movie. That's what I was thinking of.
where they have a fucking scene dedicated to explaining how he gets his last name. I
You're kind
still
of like
can't even imagine that exists.
so you're kind of like Han Solo, right? Yeah, I guess. That's a good name, isn't it?
You
Fits
got my
you
name
perfectly.
right, but don't get cocky.
Don't get cocky. This is a Star Wars story.
Can't fucking believe that still. Like, what's your last name? Like, I don't have one. Well, you're alone, so you're kind of like Solo. A
Kinda.
Star Wars story.
That's when Han should have just like done the Greedo and fucking blew that guy's head off. Or even better if like the guy did it to him. Like you're kind of like Han, a Star Wars story. Ah. I gotta fucking. I gotta do a train heist.
Yeah, a train heist when there's intergalactic space travel. That takes like a second to get anywhere in the galaxy.
You know, I was almost gonna say that'd almost be like if there was like a boat heist, but that kind of already happened in The Mandalorian. There was like that whole
With the
scene.
giant fucking like knot train in the desert.
No, not even. I think there was a part where, for whatever
Oh wait, no, that was
reason,
Book of Boba. Never mind.
like Mandalorian like,
Getting the-
finds himself like on a
Those
boat.
shows suck so bad, I get them confused.
It's like the same thing anyway.
And fucking Book of Boba, when he's with the Tusken Raiders, they do another like train heist in the middle of a
So
fucking Tatooine
uninspired.
desert.
You know, it's because in the Han one, it was like a train heist, like in like a snowy spot. So, just thinking about that, like it might as well just be like the fucking Captain America scene, like Bucky, and then a train heist in the desert. Like it might as well just had like every single episode just like a spaghetti western fucking parody.
It's my little apprentice. Did you not remember when Darth Maul showed up at the end of his Han Solo movie? That was so fucking cool.
I actually had no idea it was a thing. 'Cause I've never seen
Yeah,
anything about the movie.
He's the end credit scene, I think, or maybe he's just the last scene. I don't know. Fucking Han Solo's like girlfriend like talks to him on like a hologram,
You know,
and he looks at the camera and he goes, "So I guess you could say that this was a Solo Star Wars story."
it's just think like seeing Darth Maul. Like if you're one of those like few people that only watched like the Star Wars movies and like none of the shows, imagine how like confused you'd be seeing Darth Maul again. It's like last year, remember that guy was just like a one-off character. He got like chopped in half, and that was the end of him. It's like who the fuck cares? Like he literally has no purpose in the story outside of like a gotcha moment in the Clone Wars. Where he's like, oh, I'm kind of good, but I'm still evil. It's like, well, I was like, oh, you know,
when I had my spider legs, that was so
yeah, remember my
cool.
spider legs? Like, I only exist to like tease the audience into thinking that just maybe the course of history could be altered and everything could be avoided, but you know what fucking happens in the future anyway. It's like crazy. Yeah, no, like, no one's gonna figure out and unveil the fucking, like, plot to kill the Jedi. It's like, I know what happens. You're not gonna fake me out. Should have kept
So I
Darth Maul
was
getting
so
shot.
stupid with the fucking like, or like in the Obi-Wan show, when you have the fucking like the seventh sister, the fifth sister, whatever her name was, Reva, like, you know, she finds out that Obi-Wan's protecting this kid on Tatooine, so she like goes there to like kill him, to like get back at Obi-Wan or some shit, and it's fucking Luke. and you're just sitting there watching it the whole time, just thinking like I know Luke is gonna be alive. Like, this scene is so fucking stupid. Like, I know she's not gonna kill him. And there's just no tension in it at all. And I don't understand why they decided to write that.
Yeah, gotta show young Luke. Gotta show it. She just nutted up and changed history. Just had him, like, die gruesomely. Emperor and Uncle Ben get hung. Obi-Wan kills
and Uncle
himself.
Ben go like full fucking like Rambo First Blood and like booby trap the stupid fucking moisture farm. So fucking stupid.
Like, set up like a Home Alone trap. Could do all that, but they couldn't stop themselves from getting burnt.
Yeah.
Like, what happened? They just, like, lost their fucking marbles once they got older, I guess. Yeah, I guess the end all to all this is that Tatooine sucks.
Star Wars sucks.
Star Wars sucks. Everything I used to love sucks. And someone's gotta hire us to make it suck more.
All of these actual like good stories just slowly getting turned to shit as time progresses.
These people think they have good ideas.
And we need to be hired so we can accelerate that, but make it funny while we do it. Because these people are just doing it because they're that fucking incompetent that they don't know how to write good stories. And meanwhile, like, we can do it knowing full well what we're doing.
Like, these people probably, like, actually studied, like, storyboarding and, like,
They actually went to college to do this.
These guys got degrees for cinematography. They worked at Hollywood probably, you know, had actual, like, gigs doing this shit. Just give us a week, and I guarantee we will have a full season of one of these shows written out. And it'll be so stupid their head's gonna spin when they read it. It would really come down to, like, if any of the like actors would dare to, like, sign on to it. Maybe they have to.
I don't think Tamora Morrison would sign up for our version of Book of Boba season 2 because, like, he has openly talked about that. Like, he hates how they portrayed Boba Fett in season 1.
What would you think you'd react to if he saw, like, our transcript? Like, you know, we hand it to him with a shit-eating grin on our face, and we preface this. We say, like, this is all 100% serious. And we hand it to him.
It's just a tear rolled down his face.
You'd think he'd, like, look up at us and just say, like, all right, I'll do it.
Probably, like, read, like, the first paragraph and, like, throw it out. Unless he's already, like, signed the contract to work on the show.
Yeah, like, that'd be the only way you'd get him. But still, just the fact, like, you'd be getting paid the salary. Like, okay, Boba Fett's already dead. Like, nothing could really make him recover from the embarrassment that he's had. So, if we're getting paid, like, big bucks to do this stupid role where it's just, like, funny. How could he fucking deny that? I bet even, like, Mark Hamill would come back on it, like, if we gave him a stupid script. It was like a 45-minute endeavor from playing around with, like, the tits on the fucking sea cow.
Luke Skywalker, a Star Wars story.
He, like, goes over to the creature. He just, like, full-on mouth the teeth, starts sucking on it, and they like, keeps spitting it out because it, like, tastes gross. He keeps doing that over and over.
Yeah, it's, like, disgusting, but he doesn't stop. There's an entire show of Luke on that one island, on that one planet, doing nothing for 40 years.
In real time. He didn't read the full contract. You know, if he actually, like, signed that contract and, like, his lawyers just completely fucked him and, like, let him sign that, you think he'd, like, kill himself?
I think you'd be able to find a way to like have it legally rescinded.
He signed a contract. What's he gonna do? It's either he kills himself or he flees the country.
Well, if you get someone to sign a contract with you that says that like they're your slave, like it's still illegal. Like they could take you to court even if they signed it.
But is it slavery? He signed a contract to perform as an actor for 40 years.
Isn't he like 60?
Yeah.
He's not gonna be able to like fulfill the contract. He's gonna be fucking dead.
Yeah, but like, it'll still be funny, because like, who's gonna actually watch for the full 40 years?
Yeah.
It's almost like a 2-hour mark. Might as well just like close it up here.
Yeah.